You had the spotlight. We was supporting you. We was your ancillaries.
My bad. I wasn't expecting that.
Everybody looking at you. You just crumbled immediately. You said, support?
Mom was sick.
Oh, okay. Be like that. Be like that sometimes. So, look. We're warming up. We're going up. You have more opportunities.
You guys are rude. You get another chance. You guys are absolutely rude.
Did you do what you needed to do?
What do you mean?
Did you follow through when the ad-libs came, pulled up for you? You didn't.
Yeah, I was ready. I was getting ready, making love until the sun. I was ready.
But you stopped.
You guys caught me off guard.
Home now.
You guys caught me off guard.
You ain't got to get ready. Next time.
My bad.
Next time.
I'm sorry, Pips. I appreciate it.
Hey,
Hips.
That's Gladys Knight.
I do what I can.
That's crazy.
Grove Street. We are back again.
What they say?
Flocka. 4 week 11.
Whoa.
I got a whole lot of
on
money.
this establishment.
You ain't got it but me. But I don't keep rubbing water back on swinging. That's the right song to get started with football? Probably. Yeah, that's a good joke.
Hey, you see what?
You can't whisper that, bro. You gotta put that diaphragm.
Hey, man, look. It's Eagles time.
Eagles time.
It's Eagles time.
Oh, hell.
All right.
Well, before we get to that.
Not even before.
Welcome
Eagles
to another edition.
Another edition.
We are here recapping week 11, the week that was.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of sort of a boring week, right? Kind of felt like a little bit.
All the games are close.
The 1 PM games got a little spicy at the end. But they were dry games.
Yeah.
The Chargers underperformed.
Yeah.
Steelers and Browns was 10-10 going into the last 2 minutes. I could see why you would say that.
Yeah.
But the games was close, I guess.
A little disappointing. But anyway, we do have a Super Bowl rematch tonight, Monday night, that we're going to preview. Hopefully, this is a game, guys. I would be very disappointed.
The thing is, whoever wins this match, is the number 1 seed in the NFL.
Love the way you put that. Thank you.
I ain't thought about that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, host man. I'll let you have your job back. I'm sorry. I just got a little carried away. You know how I am with the microphone. It distracts itself to me.
All these teams feel beautiful to me.
Once again, it just found its way into my hand.
Let's come from Commanders fan.
I can't.
What up? Welcome into week 11? We just finished.
Yeah.
Going into week 12, Monday Night Football. On with you guys. As my man E-Rob already said, we got the Eagles at Chiefs.
There you go. I thought I had it. I really did. I thought the breast support was there. I felt it. But then something got caught.
Hey, we had to, man. This is a Super Bowl rematch. This is a Super Bowl rematch. We had to do that.
So 2 of the top teams in the NFL, but not the top.
I'm just kidding.
No matter who wins.
I'm not gonna do that.
That's insane.
But
that's insane to say.
No, you're right.
Who the top team?
I'm your host, Cordell.
Marcus.
Deuce, what's good?
So again, as always, please like and subscribe and share. Thank you for always joining and kicking it with us throughout this. We're going to just have a lot of different conversations about a lot of different teams, kind of like we did on Thursday with our State of the Franchise.
Yes.
Just kind of the downfall or the fallout of what was week 10. So real quick, is there anything that stood out to you guys before we actually dive into
about that Brock Purdy
player?
But to be honest, though,
there you go, bro.
Perfect. Say week 11. Fall out of week 11, not 10.
Oh, sorry, week 11. My bad. You're getting far in there.
I know. Hey,
weeks
are going by so fast.
They are.
They so fast.
Josh Dobbs is a solid quarterback.
He is a solid quarterback.
Solid quarterback. I don't know.
Better than Sam Howell.
That was who I was comparing to in my head. I was thinking like, would I rather have Josh Dobbs? No, I wouldn't. But I definitely
Josh Dobbs
again.
You know what Josh Dobbs is.
That's that part.
I don't think Sam Howell. Like I said, it's only been 1 season.
He might be better right now, maybe a higher floor than Sam. But going forward, no, I'd rather have Sam for sure. But Josh Dobbs being able to sustain drives and not mess it up for his team was fumbling and doing things that put them behind the 8 ball. I guess, no, he could have stepped up on that pick that they got. I take it back. He had one thing. But Josh Dobbs he's solid. That's my takeaway. He's solid.
Has he earned a year locked in?
Josh Dobbs?
Josh Dobbs. Yes. Has he
I don't know.
earned it?
Yeah. Sam Howell had.
Oh, he's earned a year. He's earned it. Next
Sam
year
Howell
he should be the starter.
Yeah,
he's earned that
because Kirk Cousins is out.
They can go draft somebody
after a handful of games.
See what I'm saying?
We're making him the starter
because Kirk Cousins is out. Once Kirk Cousins back, yeah, it's Kirk Cousins' job.
No,
but I think
why don't they just go get their guy, that quarterback?
Kirk Cousins is 35.
Do you think the Vikings will be in a position to do so?
Yeah, they'll be able to draft a quarterback in the first round.
Like
just not one
of
the
franchise quarterback.
Why not?
Like we talking about some probably no Caleb Williams,
maybe Quinn,
no Drake May, possibly no Jaden Daniels. I mean,
Bo Nix would be there.
This is the thing that I don't like about this.
JJ McCarthy would be there. Shador might be there.
He's not. We all know this.
Did you see what happened the other night?
And did you see
Washington State?
And did you see?
Y'all really think Shador coming back?
Yes, because his dad's saying he is.
Bro, they had to
trust the process.
They had
the one
park him off the field.
The one thing with Michael Penix, the one thing with Michael Penix and with Bo Nix,
believe in that whole line,
is they already are who they are for the most part. So
Heisman candidate.
College, yeah, that's cool.
That's what a lot of.
But how many Heismans have we seen not do well in the
Did
NFL?
you think he would ever be a Heisman candidate 2 years ago?
Bo Nix?
Yeah.
No.
Okay then.
Hold on.
So
he's in his 6th year of college football.
That's some type of elevation.
He's in his 6th year of college football.
Hold on, I'm confused because you're saying you already know what they are.
Richardson.
There are a lot of college quarterbacks who come out who are already who they are, polished. They're ready. They're NFL ready or whatever. They're not projects like a Hurts, an Allen, and them boys. They're already here. Baker was supposed to be a product already out there. Josh Rosen, a product that was already set to go. Darnold, like they were NFL ready. So hold
on. So here's the thing. The difference is with Darnold and with Josh Rosen, they came out as juniors, right? Okay. So they still had room to grow, even though they were like, yeah, they're polished passers, but you can still say that there's room to grow for them because they're only 21 years old. 2021. Bo Nix and Michael Penix have been in college as like 6-year seniors. There's only so much you can do. It's kind of like with Kenny Pickett.
No, I disagree.
So you thought Kenny Pickett had a really high ceiling?
No, I was talking about Kenny.
I'm saying, but this is the same scenario.
There's still plenty of room to grow because it's a whole different ball game in the NFL.
So let me ask you.
No matter what age you are.
So let me ask you.
Learning curve.
At what point do you think a guy is coming out at 23, 24 years old? When has that really been successful?
Wait, I'm sorry. What was your question?
Like recently, guys that came out that are 23, 24 years old. Okay. That go in their first round picks, they go to a team. When has that really led to them being the franchise quarterback?
How often does it happen though? I feel like they're on a lot of
because they're usually good enough to where they go out.
But I feel like it's the younger dudes. Like Joe Burrow was probably 21, 22. Kyler came out when he.
That's what I'm saying. But these they come out because people already know for the most part that they are ready to make that jump. Because they are that good as young as they were.
So you don't think they could have came out last year if they wanted to?
They would not have been first round picks. No.
Doesn't mean they wouldn't have been able to come out. And if they weren't first
round picks, they could have came
second or third round picks.
They
wouldn't have been better than Will Levis. And they wouldn't have been better than
My question for you is how does this deter the Vikings from taking a younger prospect compared to keeping Josh Dobbs, who's 28? There's no more development for Josh Dobbs. This is the Josh Dobbs.
There isn't. No. Josh Dobbs is who he is.
So why go that route?
He's a known commodity. I know what he is.
He was not a commodity a month ago. Nobody thought of him as a commodity a month ago.
But that's the thing, though. It's like, for some reason, people thought that he wasn't a good quarterback because he was being shipped around. But it's like everybody thought that he was a solid backup. In the time that he has played, he's been straight, and I'm
not here for straight. I don't want straight at quarterback.
Boom.
I want
He's
potential
not your
great.
for the
he's not your long-term starter.
No,
Make up for what we lack.
So wait, we were having this conversation and you lean on the side of keeping Dobbs.
Yes, because I know Kirk Cousins is coming
as your
back.
long-term starter.
Kirk Cousins.
He said a year. He said, does he deserve a year?
So
I said yes.
So they don't. So you don't want them to draft a quarterback at all, just to simply give Josh Dobbs a chance to.
Bro, if they're going to compete for a Super Bowl with Kirk Cousins at quarterback,
isn't Cousins,
why draft?
Hold on, time out. Isn't Cousins' contract up this year?
They already said when he got injured, they wanted.
I don't see that.
So I'm assuming
when
that
they ever competed for a Super Bowl. They've never been Super Bowl.
So when they were 12-4,
nobody knows.
I wasn't worried about that.
Stop playing.
They were just winning a bunch of one-score games.
Exactly.
That they never
That's
won
all
before.
it was.
Their luck was going to run out. That was how
It was going to run out.
I was never one.
Nobody thought them the Super Bowl
insane.
contenders last year.
If you are a top one or two seed, bro, you are a Super Bowl contender.
Hold on, so you think that way when the Titans? I was about to say, when
Yeah,
the
when the
Titans were
Titans-
1 seed, you thought they were really Super Bowl contenders?
Yeah, they have a chance.
I was wrong about that one. I believe they did.
Because
I was wrong.
if
They
the
did.
Titans,
Because Ryan Tannehill
hold on,
is
hold
who
on,
he
hold on.
is.
Because if the Titans, all they have to do is win one game, and they're in the AFC Championship.
But we knew who the quarterback was, which is why
Ryan
we knew it
Tannehill
wasn't
threw an
going
interception
to
on
be.
his first pass. The first pass of the game.
Very first.
Yo,
You know,
bro,
that's,
no,
you know
man.
the fraudulent people. Like, you are very
See,
impressionable.
no, because
9 times
like to say that they they don't have a chance. No, I think that if you're a top 3 seed and you have home field, you're a contender because you have a chance.
Why just 3? Why not the 4th seed?
Are you saying just a puncher's chance? Wait, what do you mean by a chance?
Hold on. He said the 4th. He said the top 3 seeds. The 4th seed has a home game as well. Why are you not throwing them in?
Well, because the 4th seed could be a 9-8 AFC South team.
Now you're just being biased.
Like this.
No, but that's how it is.
On the screen right now,
The
it
fourth
says
seed was
chance. It says chance to reach the Super Bowl. Eagles 27% second in the NFC. So that means somebody has a higher percent chance, probably the 49ers, than the Eagles at 27, which means over 50% is already taken by 2 teams. So if the Vikings were cutting out a little sliver of,
But the Vikings were literally the 2 seed.
I understand what you're saying.
No one took.
Are you
Nobody
thinking that
said-
what,
I would take
a
him
fighter's chance? Like a what is that? Like
You,
what?
so
What
you,
is this
you
chance?
think they could be a 2 seed next year with Josh Dobbs?
The Vikings? No.
So just draft somebody.
What the fuck?
Cousins isn't the answer either.
But Kirk Cousins can win games.
But at the
Cousins is
same
not the
time,
answer.
he's 35. So regardless, you're going to need a new quarterback at some point.
At some point.
And even if he has to sit behind Kirk for a year, it's not a bad thing.
But why draft for the future now?
Why not?
What?
When are you supposed to draft for it?
When you suck.
Oh my God! Is it? So what? So why?
I'm trying to have that Green Bay Packers
okay.
franchise.
So why? Wait. So
Green
why?
Bay literally
Wait.
missed
So
the
listen.
playoffs
So
and then
listen.
they-
So
like,
listen.
what are you
So wait a
talking
minute.
about?
So why did the Chiefs? Why did the Chiefs draft Mahomes a year after they just went to the playoffs as a 12 team?
They just went for it. They got lucky though.
But so try your luck. What you mean?
They were lucky. Like I mean, yeah, I guess you could do it, but that doesn't usually happen.
That's crazy.
I feel
Why
like
did
the Niners go get Trey Lance after?
Because they knew they could have won it with Jimmy G.
So and we know we can't win it with Kirk.
Like, come
Did the
on.
Vikings know that though?
We know that. I'm having a conversation with you, not the Vikings. You the one whose opinion I'm asking, and you the one who's saying.
please.
I'm going for it.
At this stage
did-
right now,
why
do you
did-
think that Kirk is going to go to another Super Bowl? Or another Super Bowl, I'm sorry. Go to a Super Bowl.
He has a chance.
Why did
Do you think he's going to do it? Would you put your money on him?
Why did the Packers draft
I
Jordan
mean, I
Love?
wouldn't really put
When
my money
did the
on
Packers
anybody.
draft Jordan Love? That's a better
There's
question.
some safe
That's
bets.
what I'm saying.
There's some safe bets.
It's safe bet,
I'm trying
but
to be
never
a Packer.
Kirk
guaranteed.
Cousins is not one of those bets.
You're trying to be the Packers.
I'm trying to
When
be the
did
Where are the Packers at right now?
When did the
Hold
Packers
on. But think about it. They had 2 quarterbacks
No,
for 30 years.
This is the
I mean,
bunking-
yeah.
this is- no,
That's
this
what
is-
I'm trying to get
This
to.
is debunking your theory that you should only draft a quarterback for the future when you suck. I just gave you 3 different examples of teams that were playoff teams, and they said, you know what? We need to go get our guy. Because we're going to have to do this at some point anyway.
I mean, yeah.
Using your logic, the Bills shouldn't even have Josh Allen right now. They should have just kept on with Tyrod.
They were
after
fine with
got to the
Tyrod.
playoffs.
They didn't need to go get
Well, Tyrod is not Kirk Cousins.
Hey, he got them to the playoffs, bro. He broke the 17-year drought.
Okay, but
They
Kirk
should have just
Cousins.
kept it pushing.
That's literally all that
They
Kirk
literally
did.
went 12-4.
But the same outcome happened for both quarterbacks.
They were
One
a
and
2
done.
seed.
One and done.
They were a
The
2
The
seed.
same, and
They
they
were a
lost
2
to
seed.
Daniel Jones. What do you want me to tell you?
Okay, all right, man. Like I think
This is a great warm up.
that's
I don't know what to tell you. I really don't.
I don't think
again,
because
that logic.
If you draft a quarterback, you have to be sure that they are going to be the guy. I think when the Vikings
that's
pick,
impossible.
But no. But when I think the Vikings pick, I don't see a guy being available that I would feel like
stop it
is the pick.
And that's fair.
Stop it.
If that's fair.
Because
they're arguing.
There's talent. You're
saying Michael Penix or Bo Nix is going to be the future. But I just don't believe.
What I'm saying is that there's more talent in that class than just the top 2 quarterbacks. It's easy just to say the top 2 quarterbacks are going to be the best ones.
But I just named 4.
So why are you?
I named 4 without saying Michael Penix or Bo Nix.
Why did you stopped it at top 2 though? You said if you're not getting
who else? No, I didn't say.
You did say
top 2.
So who are the 4 that
you said if you're not a top 2 quarterback, then
no. I'm saying for this class, I don't think after those guys,
Caleb, Drake, Penix, and Shedeur will be my top 4.
If Shedeur comes out.
If he comes out, Shedeur will be my. He should definitely consider coming out.
Right.
He's getting the hell beat out of him every game.
How many of those do you think different?
Well, if Shedeur,
different,
they're different because I don't think Shedeur's coming out.
All right, so who's your 4?
So my 4 would be Caleb Williams.
Yep.
Drake May.
If Drake comes out.
All right, just come on.
We can play that game. We can't play that game.
Okay. Jaden Daniels.
He didn't say Jaden.
He didn't say Jaden.
Jaden was 5 for
me. And
then
Bo Nix is 6.
Damn.
And then JJ McCarthy.
No, JJ McCarthy. That's who it was. Yeah.
Oh, Michigan. Okay.
So you guys have 2 different people in your top 4.
Yeah, I have Jaden Daniels and I have
JJ, and he has Nix and Shedeur.
No, I don't have Nix. It's Caleb, Drake, Penix, and Shedeur.
And the Vikings should fall somewhere between
Jaden will be 4.
They're gonna make the playoffs. No, they're gonna make the playoffs.
So
they're gonna be in the.
What I'm hearing is there's a solid 5 that teams are probably gonna bank on in the first round.
They'll probably be like 18.
Yes.
And if they
there are no quarterbacks that I can remember off the top of my head that have been guys that stayed in for 5+ years and really made it. Just on that.
Okay.
I'm trying to think.
I mean, Kirk Cousins did.
Kirk Cousins played 4 years.
He stayed his entire
and it took him a long time before he even got to that.
He stayed an entire career.
Okay, it took him a long time before he even got to that. But these guys, like Bo Nix, played Justin Herbert in college, and Justin Herbert is about to be on his second contract.
When did he play Justin Herbert?
He was a freshman, and Justin Herbert was a junior.
Completely different quarterback.
They're 2 years away from each other.
You're just saying Bo Nix is old.
Who cares?
But they're 2 years.
I don't care.
2 years away.
Who cares?
Bro, by the time Bo Nix plays in the NFL, Justin Herbert was
That's how Russell Wilson was when he came out.
He was not that old.
Russell Wilson was in his mid-20s. Yes, he did. Because he played 4 years at NC State and he transferred.
No, he didn't play 4 years at NC State.
He did.
No, he didn't.
Okay. All right, hold on. Google got the answers.
He didn't play 4 years at NC State.
You're not sponsored or nothing, but that would be nice.
Russell Wilson was born in 98. Or 88.
Oh.
I'm about to say, but
that don't sound right.
But he didn't play 4 years at NC State.
He played 3 years at NC State, 1 year at Wisconsin.
That's 4 years right there.
This is 4 years.
Okay, what did I just say? 5+ years. Did I not?
Third round.
Hold on. You said 20, 20,
23, 24, which is 5+ years in college.
88.
Is it not?
2012, 24.
So Russell was 24 when he entered the league.
Oh, he was 23, turning 24 that year.
Okay, he's an outlier. Who else?
I don't know. I'd have to do so. You didn't ask me this earlier. I would do my homework. I don't have time to do homework live.
All right.
Hopefully, he's still good at football.
He was a 3rd round pick, but he played better than his pick was. He's one of the few.
Right. Well,
shall we get into week 11?
Let's do it. That's exactly what let's do.
Yeah,
so
that's what we was doing, huh?
I mean, I asked if there was anything you guys wanted to talk about before we got into it, and this is where we getting led because you wanted to bring up Josh Dobbs.
It do seem to fall back on the host. You're right.
I mean, it was Vikings. It was Vikings against Broncos that we were talking about, and Josh Dobbs, and then
we I haven't even gotten into the Broncos yet. But
the notion of Russ being a top 10 quarterback is crazy.
No, it's not.
All right, here we go. So AFC North.
That's gross.
I want to start there.
I don't see it.
Let's have an AFC.
Literally had 4 field goals.
Let's talk about. No. I want to talk about this. Broncos.
We'll get to that.
They had 4 field
How
goals
did
going
you
into
get that
the
when we
third
just
quarter.
talked about the Vikings?
And then they got an interception that got them the ball inside the 5
We're
We're
yard.
gonna talk about
the Vikings.
We're gonna talk about the game.
Talk about the Broncos when we talk about the Broncos.
They just played each other.
AFC North.
That's insane.
Hey, host
You
man.
gotta
That's how you take
read-
control.
we gotta go
Like,
back.
you won't let me hold
Come
now.
on
You
now.
robbing me.
Yeah, put the
No,
camera down.
that's crazy. We just talked
Put it
about
down.
the Vikings.
Book it.
I was just trying to talk about the Vikings alone. I was all
Okay.
Don't let them mess up your
Just
window.
like I just want to, even though it's ironic.
We do have to go back to Thursday night.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. It's ironic that the AFC North they just all played each other,
Right.
or else I would have just talked about each individual team. But the AFC North as a whole right now with the injuries, now we got Burrow gone, Andrews gone, Watson gone, Kenny Pickett might as well be gone.
Wow.
So I
that's
mean,
rude.
I'm just joking.
Mrs. Trubisky definitely.
I think Thursday night was a precursor to Week 11 in terms of injuries because we saw a key injury in just about every single game that played yesterday, and Thursday night tipped it off.
It was tough to watch.
Yeah, you had tough. You had big time players, big names going down in a game like that where there was so much on the line, and you didn't even get to OBJ. OBJ had a shoulder injury at the end of that game. Lamar had a lower leg scare. Yeah, so it's one of those things where it was one of those Thursday night games that we felt like it could be weird, and then damn sure it was weird because of those injuries, man. But it changes the landscape as far as the AFC North at this point.
The whole AFC in general.
Yep.
The Bengals they were your Super Bowl contender.
Yes, they were. They were
With
my
Joe
Super
Burrow.
Bowl
Terrible.
representative.
Without
Shut
Joe
up.
Burrow.
Jeez. Mine is still top dog.
Who'd you pick?
Eagles, Ravens. Yeah,
Whatever.
watch them out.
It's
Whatever.
y'all
Go ahead.
I definitely feel like the Ravens still like they showed a little touch having OBJ flash him some of his older days, speed. Some of them plays when he was catching. Old Odell would have took off up the gap, sure on touchdown, and you could kind of see a little difference in who he was and where he's at now. That was a little tough for me. I like watching Odell dominate, but it was nice to see the Ravens move the ball vertically down the field a little more. And credit to OBJ. I don't know if he's doing anything different, but for me, that's going to be the Ravens unlocking the key to them unlocking their offense is going to be being able to push the ball down the field. We've seen that work for the Bengals when they got Jamar and T, and how that brought their offense to a new level. It's going to be the same thing with the Ravens, but deadlier because you have Lamar as a weapon too.
Okay, well, AFC North, I mean, it doesn't really change too much for me. I think the Bengals still got a slight chance. I'm not going to rule them out all the way.
No, they're done, bro.
Depends on
You're better
what
than
they
me.
do.
You're better than me.
Depends on what they do.
Yeah, man. Next week
Good point.
against the Steelers, if they
Say the
win
same
that one,
about all 32 teams, right? Depends on what they do.
maybe just maybe. Though I will say it is like they only got like 5% for me, so it's like they almost there. Steelers needed to do better last night, but yesterday
Man,
offense is down bad.
that thing is hard.
Down bad. It was
to
never
watch.
up.
It's still down bad. Okay.
That thing
Still down bad.
That offense is hard to watch, man. It's like watching paint dry. It really is.
Yes.
They can't every time I look at Najee running the football, I think about what Aaron said.
He's like he running with
That boy got on overalls and Timbs.
And he does.
Bro, them knees, he ain't run no track, no nothing.
They can't push the ball down the field. It truly seems like they're not even trying to get George Pickens involved. They're just now getting Freiermuth back. We don't even know how the offense is going to look with him out there now. I mean, it's just it's one of those things, and not to mention your backup running back in Jalen Warren is playing better than your starter.
I mean, shit, he is.
He's the best running back on the roster right now.
So.
I mean, it's one of those things, man. Like, this thing is hard to watch. If they make the playoffs, congratulations to Mike Tomlin. But my God, it's gonna look just like how it looked a couple years ago when they had Roethlisberger his last year starting. And remember how hard it was to watch that offense because he could not throw the ball 8 yards.
Yeah, they were down bad.
It was terrible, and I think their offense is going to have that same type of showing in the postseason if they make it.
Yeah, and
I pray they don't.
The Steelers have the Bengals twice still.
I
don't
want to see bad football in the playoffs, and that's all they're bringing to me.
Well, not defensively,
but at the same time, remember when we had the Bills Dolphins? We wanted to see Tua, and Josh Allen. We got what was their quarterback name? That's the one. Got Skylar Thompson versus Josh.
And it's still a close game.
It's kind of crazy. But like, we want to see that. That's not what we signed up for.
So hey, it happens sometimes.
Don't be hating.
But yeah, then Cleveland did their thing. DTR did his thing. They got the dub. And hey, Ravens are Ravens. They gonna do what I thought they was gonna do, and they gonna win the division.
So, how about it? Yeah, but this is absolutely the Ravens' division to lose. I don't think. Yeah, for one, this is their division to lose.
Given what happened Thursday night, is anybody a little more nervous about Lamar possibly getting hurt for it? Because that was you felt like you felt the tension in the stadium when he was holding his leg. Like, not again. Second half of the season, another lower leg injury. It's like, oh my God, it's deja vu all over again.
I mean, I'm not worried. So, but
I'd be a little worried.
I would be too.
It's happened every time.
I would be too. It happened twice last 2 years.
That's probably the betting favorite at this point.
It's not making it a third.
I'm not a betting favorite.
He ain't making it a third. That's all I can say.
Okay.
For the record, your Bengals got 2 games against the Steelers. You got the Chiefs. Not yours.
Oh, yours.
Yes.
My Bengals.
Well, I mean, they were your Bengals first, but I guess
you're the one who said they still got.
You still got a chance.
So
they got hope, but I didn't. I still got
the only one here who got hope for that.
Yeah,
so it's your Bengals.
I still got them missing the playoffs.
Go ahead and get those.
I got them missing the playoffs.
You got the Bengals missing the playoffs.
Yeah, I did. But I'm not gonna say they're out yet.
Go ahead and get them obituaries made, bro. It's a wrap.
Yeah.
All right,
I ain't gonna do them.
Let's go ahead and schedule the wake.
I ain't gonna do
Let's
it.
go ahead and meet with the funeral home company because it's time.
Until they get to 7 losses, then I'll say I'm
Steelers, Jags, Colts, Vikings. Steelers, Chiefs, Browns.
It might come.
Yeah.
It might come in a couple.
Jags.
Colts, Vikings.
Hold on. Steelers, Jags.
On the road versus Jags.
Colts, Vikings.
At home. At Steelers, at Chiefs. At home versus the Browns.
No, bro.
They're cooked.
No, bro. Ain't no way.
Again, what's their record now?
They're not sweeping.
5-5.
They're not sweeping the Steelers.
And as I told you, they can't.
They're not
lose.
sweeping the Steelers.
They can only lose one more game. They lose more than one game.
They're not sweeping. They're splitting with the Steelers.
Games got to get played.
We just talked about Josh Dobbs.
The Jags might be
the Jags, the
Gardner
Colts, the
Minshew,
Chiefs.
Penske.
All 3 of them can beat them.
Yeah.
And then the Vikings.
And they got to go score on the Browns. Good luck. I'm not trying to have Myles Garrett in my face.
Hey, man.
Have you picked the church yet? We got to pick the church.
Look. When they get to 7 losses, then I'll say they're out.
Because we got to talk to that pastor.
Then I'll say they're out. Actually, you know what? Not even that. They lose to the Steelers next week, and then they're out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So, I guess for me, looking at this thing, I'm gonna
shut up.
Yeah, dang! It's always as soon as I start.
I don't know why that always happens.
Jesus,
like that. My bad. Go ahead.
All right. So with the Browns, I mean, I've always whether Watson was there or not, I already said that they weren't going to make the playoffs. So for me, nothing really changes. It's just more. It's just a bigger fire because he's out. That's really all that it is. It's like it was a fire, but now it's even bigger because now our $230 million man isn't even on the field again. So he hasn't. What has he? So in 2 years, he has played a total of 1 season. Is that about right?
Yeah.
And those numbers.
He played 6 in the first one, and then he's played 8.
And those numbers.
No, 7.
7. So he hasn't even done a complete season.
Those numbers look brutal in those 16 games. Those numbers look bad.
So and I know
not worth $230 million.
People were getting all hyped and excited because it was like, ooh, he did 14 for 14 in the second half. I was like, all right, whatever. Like I'm not.
Like that was his best half as a Brown.
Yeah, I wasn't sitting here thinking that.
I remember he played good game.
High alert. Like I never had any high alert or anything. I just think the Browns are just
So
they're gonna be in hell
in
for
2
another couple
seasons.
years.
What do you got?
Nah, I think it'll be all right.
2,200 yards, 14 touchdowns, and 9 interceptions in 2 seasons.
So, I mean, and even if you made that one season, 2,200 yards,
2,200 yards, 14 touchdowns. Those are Daniel Jones numbers.
Not 230 mil numbers.
Of course. But last year's numbers don't move.
They're the same as this
It's
year.
the same. It's literally. He threw for 1,100.
He ain't changed.
He threw for 1,102, 7 touchdowns, 5 picks last year. This year, 1,115, 7 touchdowns, 4 picks. It's the same numbers.
Identical. Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
Pretty bad.
The Browns still gonna make
They
the
down
playoffs though.
bad. No, I got the Browns out. The Browns,
Well, the Browns
were
are-
out.
Wait, they gotta play. They gotta play the
They just need 3.
They gotta play the Texans too, right?
They
The
do.
Browns. L.
For who?
The Browns.
I know the Browns and Steelers are out. I think they
Well,
both
the
are
Browns,
out.
The Browns-
7-3. They're just gonna be out.
Yes, I
The
told
Browns
you.
got the Broncos this week.
They got
Who
the
you got?
Broncos. They got the
Where is it?
Rams.
In Denver.
They got the
The
Bears.
Rams can beat them. I don't know.
The Jets.
Oh.
Jets. The Bengals.
Could.
The Bengals could beat them.
All 4 of
But
these
they can
games-
beat them too.
I know,
that
but
game-
The Browns
that
are winning
game-
this
I'm
week.
telling you, I got them losing.
But they can beat the Jaguars.
That
I'm
game-
telling you, I
That
got them
game
losing.
could very well end as a tie.
You and these
You
ties,
about to
bro.
say, bro.
We're gonna have one.
Against
You're not gonna
Steelers?
put your money
No,
on
Browns
it.
Bengals.
Browns Bengals. Oh, there you go. Browns,
DTR
Steelers.
versus Jake Browning.
Ain't gonna be
That may not end.
Nah.
That may not end in a tie.
Ain't gonna be no tie.
Okay.
That was funny.
All right.
It's
When I brought the quarterback into the
Honestly,
into the
if it
perspective-
becomes a tie, it might help them in the playoffs.
All right. Can we agree that they beaten the Bears?
no,
which one? Who?
The Browns.
no.
With Justin Fields Bears, I don't know.
No, I can't. There is not a single. Every one of those games to me that he just
They're
said,
losable.
those are pickups.
The Browns. They're not.
They're all
Bro,
pickups to me.
They're pick'ems. If they go half on the
PJ
pick'ems,
Walker
they're
had
making the
buns.
playoffs. That's
They
all.
damn
I'm
near
saying.
lost to the Colts.
You say what?
If they go
They
half
still
on these
lost to the
pick'ems,
Colts.
they're making the playoffs.
They should have lost to the Colts. You're absolutely.
You're not getting in at 10-7.
in the AFC.
It's not a guarantee to get in at 10-7.
With
It's
their
not a
tiebreakers,
guarantee,
with their
but you should
tiebreakers,
get
they
in.
could.
You should get in.
Maybe their
We'll see.
situation is different than the Bengals.
Yeah, so they could.
I still don't got them going.
Okay.
For the
You got the Broncos going, and the Broncos gonna make a comeback.
no,
No, they're not.
and don't. I'm on the AFC North still. You trying to? All right, so
Stay focused. You're doing the
all
right
right, I'm trying. Steelers. I mean, enough said. I told you guys from jump beginning of the season. Kenny Pickett ain't that guy. Kenny Pickett ain't that guy.
I mean,
That
who
is
all
the-
making it, bro? All
that
these
is
people ain't
the
making it. Who all
worst.
making it?
I told you I got the Bills and Texans taking it, and I said, and I had the Browns and Steelers dropping off.
You said the Bills and
Hold on,
the Texans.
hold on.
Bills and Texans.
Hold on. So let's just get this straight. You got Bills.
The Texans are in right
No,
now.
hold on.
Yes, I know.
Look,
That's
hold
one
on.
down.
You got
But the Browns and
you got
Steelers are
Dolphins.
still in.
You got one person
Oh,
that still
okay.
needs to get in.
Oh, because the Bengals
The
are
Bengals
also
on
in.
it,
I had
yeah.
3 teams. Yes, I had to.
So the Browns are making it. Is what he's saying.
No. So the Bills still have a bye week. The Steelers have a half game over the Bills right now, and then the Colts, Broncos, Bengals are all 5-5. Colts, Broncos, Bengals, all 5-5. And the Raiders are 5-6.
I don't know who else you got in that last spot.
Can I take a swing at that
Let's
last
take the
spot?
Colts.
Stop, man.
Over the Browns?
I know you probably
The Colts got their backup
I know you
quarterback.
probably,
You
I
ain't
know you
worried
probably
about
don't want to
that.
hear this.
Minshew's better.
I know you probably don't want to hear this, but
Their defense. ain't
Minshew
good.
better than
Broncos might still that last
PJ? Oh, yeah. No, Minshew's better.
All right, so
spot. Somebody got to take it.
It's gonna be the Browns.
The
so
Broncos can definitely steal it.
here we go. As for the Ravens, I'm just curious about if they're going to actually utilize their full potential at wide receiver. That's really it. Now without Mark Andrews, it's really just can you? If you can't, then you are no longer going to be my 1 seed. Like this is going to be make or break. Can you?
Like this is why you brought in OBJ.
Yeah, and why you drafted Zay Flowers? Like this is it right here.
What you wanted.
And you got
Nelson Aguilar
Big
big
man,
productive
right?
too.
Yeah.
so I'm
He
like,
just
Oh,
won
that
the
was
touchdown.
make or break to win a Super Bowl.
No, just them leaning on the receiving core in the absence of Mark Andrews.
Okay.
Like they're gonna have to make more plays now.
Honestly, if depending, I give it these next 2 games, I'll be able to determine if they're actually going to be a team that can actually make a deep playoff run. I just need to see 2 games without Mark Andrews to see what they look like. And if it looks like this,
Mark Andrews actually could come back.
They got the Chargers and the Rams.
If they make a deep playoff run, he can come back.
Like Super Bowl.
Oh no.
No, I think AFC Championship.
I thought they would feed Isaiah Likely more. They didn't really feed him after Mark Andrews went down.
I gotta see how that goes for them. Bengals.
They're cooked.
I feel like, depending on how this draft goes, that they should be the team who we say windows closing.
What?
Depending on how this draft goes. Because they're not going to get Higgins back.
And
I feel like that's going to change. And depending on if they get a wide receiver.
He's really... But and he just... because he knows the Bills.
Right. They window closing too. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
I'm saying... Without Higgins and Chase, I don't see them as they're no longer a team to be feared. They don't have the 2 dynamic wide receivers with a Tyler Boyd being your 3.
So you're
that
saying,
to me is what makes them scary. That Joe has that. If Joe doesn't have that, it's the same thing that I do with Mahomes.
I was
the
just
same
about
energy.
to say.
When as soon as I'm like, all right, if you don't have the level of talent, I feel like it'll catch up.
But Mahomes did it last year. Are you saying that's the difference between Mahomes and Burrow? You don't think Burrow would do that if he had a?
Where do you think they're drafting next year?
I'm hoping that they're not drafting anywhere near a wide receiver to draft.
That's
what I'm saying.
What if they take Marvin Harrison?
No.
They ain't gonna be that.
Y'all told me that I can't get them. They're not gonna get them.
No, they're gonna be higher than that.
They're not gonna be high.
They're not gonna be high enough.
Y'all gonna make the playoffs.
Well, no,
they're gonna be higher than you.
Well, but remember, I said that
top 3
before this game against the Jets. I was sitting here saying, all right, if we get a
top 10 wait. Right, but they are probably gonna get a top 10 pick.
They're probably gonna get the top 10 pick.
No.
So they'll be.
They only have 5 wins.
They'll
be
within
do you see them winning now?
To get Marvin Harrison, you need to be the Panthers, the Bears, the Cardinals, and the Patriots.
If you're in the top 10, you're in the range. You're in the top 10, you're in the range.
You're in range to trade up.
Is what he's saying.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Not having him land there. You're in the race to trade up. And for a team, a team like the for a team that is drafted twice in the top 10, the Bears have 2 picks, right? In the top 10. Yeah, they may be willing to move down.
That I would be discussing.
That's why, especially if they want to keep Fields, they definitely may be willing to move down.
Like I said, all depending on how they draft. But if they don't keep Higgins and they don't,
they honestly don't need a receiver. They don't need Marvin. They can draft another receiver, and that receiver still be good.
Yeah. I don't know if he'll be good in next year to enough. I don't know if he will put out the same production as Higgins in year 1.
He might.
No. Another person who's not.
But how many times have we seen receivers that just put up numbers without being in the first round? It happens.
Or just guys able to put up numbers with them being number 2 receivers to start the season. I mean, like Jordan Addison doing pretty good.
Jordan Addison is doing good. Yes. He wasn't. So I mean,
he is. Neighbors to me is the only one. I wanted them to stay away from Neighbors as well.
What Troy Franklin?
Oh, Malik.
What they got Troy Franklin?
Bro, they might be getting one of them, dog.
Neighbors is.
And they get Marvin.
I would be heartbroken.
And if they get Marvin.
Neighbors think I'm selling dope.
Marvin. But
they get
Marvin. Like I said, if they don't get one of those type of dynamic wide receivers, I really do feel like until they get another one, they are
they got Brock Bowers.
Taking a step back. Or 2 steps back.
Well, they got Brock Bowers.
Lord have mercy.
I would love to see that for the Bengals.
They don't need to fill a receiver spot.
That's how you show out for your quarterback.
They don't need to fill a receiver spot.
If they making moves like that, though, they really love Joe Burrow. That's all that means.
Putting Brock Bowers in that screen?
We don't need Penei Sewell. Let's get Jamar Chase. Great decision.
Man.
We don't need a first rounder next year. Let's go get Marvin.
Ooh, boy.
Slide Marvin in that jump.
That all depends on that. But as of right now, as the team is currently constructed, they're going to need to do something.
I think you should be a little nervous about that offense, too, if they take Brock Bowers. You should.
No. Like I said, they need something.
That's going to have me staying, in that offense. That's going to have me staying up in there.
Because me looking at it, I was just looking at the Bengals. I was like, this is their last year with at least this being their core to go ahead and get this done.
And they definitely like to get
with this core, sure.
Yeah. But I mean,
I don't think their window's closed.
If they get somebody,
I don't think their window's closed by any stretch.
It's closed. I said it's not a permanent close tape on it.
Oh, but are you talking about this core's window?
He's snitching.
No, what I'm saying is next year, I don't think there's a window.
Their window's closing too.
If they don't have somebody else to replace Higgins, then I don't think next year they're gonna be able to get to a Super Bowl. Is what I'm saying.
So
Marvin Harrison
would be
Jr.
the favorites? Just Chiefs, Ravens.
Marvin Harrison. Marvin Harrison Jr.
Chiefs and Ravens.
They have some every day in their backyard. Marvin Harrison Jr.
I hope that's not the case. It would disgust my heart.
What if Anthony Richardson goes stupid and the Colts continue to build their team and the NFC South is kind of.
But never that receiver core.
So
I don't like it at all.
You mentioned the.
I'm saying who's projected.
You guys mentioned the Bears having 2 picks.
The Bears.
And if they're going to trade Justin Fields, they just lost to the Lions 26-31. But Justin Fields comes back. What do we think of his performance? Are any of our minds changing on what the Bears should do on keeping Fields?
They should keep Fields.
I don't think so.
They did not lose that game because of Justin Fields yesterday. They were up 26-14 with 4 minutes left.
Mm-hmm. They should win that game.
No. Yeah, I don't think it's because of Fields. I think they should just get rid of Fields because they're going to be on their 3rd head coach. That you want your head coach to be married
to avoid that. Yes, I don't know. I don't think Eberflus makes it to 2024.
Yeah, he doesn't. And they want their guy. They're going to get their guy.
Yeah. But that defense blew that lead yesterday, and that was a defense who also forced Jared Goff into 3 turnovers. Jared Goff didn't have a multi-turnover game all season until yesterday. He had 2 picks on the first 2 drives, and then he had another pick in the third, I believe, late in the 3rd quarter. But that defense, again, they had a 2-score lead with 4 minutes left, man, and they had all the momentum. They just scored off a big pass play from Fields to DJ Moore, and Fields has put this team in position to probably win 6 or 7 games so far. But the
defense played better with Tyler Bajan than they did with Fields.
It's crazy. It's crazy. But he has definitely put them in position to win like 3 more games at this point.
Rush for over 100 yards.
Yeah. He was Justin Fields yesterday.
Me and Zay are on the same page. Mind if I call you Xavier? Because that's what I call him.
He was
Fields. Again, I'm not bringing in anybody if they're not okay with working with Justin Fields. That just doesn't make sense. I'm going to get rid of a talent for your pride because you weren't the one who picked him. Get out of my face. Next.
But that's how
many other people want this guy.
But that's how you get a head coach that might not be as good. And then all of a sudden now you're like,
no, that's not true.
I said might. I didn't say it was a.
Well, you might get one who's not good if you let him pick his quarterback as well.
But people want to choose somebody who they feel like, I like this guy, I'm going to go with whatever he wants to do. Because usually, at least as an owner, I feel like coaches in the NFL would be like, hey, like I'm picking a guy to where what he wants to do, like I'm going to let him do him.
Nah.
The only owners that
I want a real coach.
The only owners that really run stuff is Robert Kraft, Connor Sorta, and Jerry Jones.
Jerry Jones.
I'm saying
Jerry's world.
Look, if you can't coach my guy, then you clearly can't coach because he's a hell.
It's not about can't, it's about want.
Hey, bro, if you can't coach him, why don't you want him? Where's the lack of talent? Is he lacking in something?
He's going to be like, hey, but this guy's fine, but this guy in the draft, Caleb Williams, he's better. They're gonna sell them on the new up and coming.
You're not gonna have the 1 seed.
They are gonna have the number 1 pick.
They're not gonna have the 1 seed. Justin Fields won't allow it.
Well, it's not on the Panthers pick.
Oh,
that's
damn, I keep forgetting about
that. Yeah, like bro, they don't give up.
They
don't care what they do. Like they're gonna have to pick regardless. So
it's tough because
but they choosing Caleb Williams because nobody wants to have a thing where if Caleb Williams goes to another team and he balls out, the GM is fired.
That's your job
because
it's cooked.
Or what happens if you get Caleb Williams and you trade Justin Fields and Caleb Williams turns out to be a bust and Justin Fields turns out to light up the world?
No. But you can work with Caleb Williams for more than 1 year. If his rookie year isn't that good, people will be like, oh well, it's like the Trevor Lawrence like situation where his rookie year is trash, but then he becomes.
But
better.
again, I still tell you, if Justin Fields turns out to be better than Caleb Williams, then what?
But we won't know that until year 3 or 4
But-
of Caleb Williams.
Okay, but you still screwed up, GM.
So
All
you
it did was it took longer for us to find out that you screwed up. That's all.
But you have more time.
You set me back.
You have 1 year.
Marcus, but you set me
But
back
if it's the right
by
decision, it
getting
don't
rid
matter.
of this guy. Because you said this guy was the right guy. And actually, the guy I had was the right guy. And now you set me back as an owner of 3 years.
But that's the name of the game. As a GM, would you rather take the 1 year deal, or it's like, man, he got to turn out on this 1 year?
Why does he have 1 year? Let's start there.
Because you have to start paying him the next year.
What are you talking about?
He's going to be in year 3, right?
Okay.
After next year,
You're saying they have to
year
decide
4.
whether or not.
Where's that?
No, and then I still have my 5th year option. I had 2 years.
But you
I
got
had 2 years.
if he balls
This
out,
is the window where the
out,
contracts start
if
going
he
up.
balls out, you're not gonna. You got to give
If
him that
he
extension.
balls out, I'm not complaining. My quarterback's balling.
Yeah, if he balls out.
That is the goal.
But what
I
I'm
would be
saying is,
happy to pay you. Thank you for balling out.
but what I'm saying is, Caleb Williams is going to be the cheaper option. He's gonna have the higher ceiling. Like people are gonna go for that. I'm telling you. Like
But
that's just what's gonna happen.
Justin Fields,
when they
Justin Fields is ceiling. So you're talking about as a passer. Justin Fields is out here rushing. He rushed for 100 yards
I mean,
yesterday.
Mhm.
Justin Fields
Caleb
always gonna have that.
Caleb
threat.
Williams can run too. Not as good as Justin Fields,
He can move,
but
but
he can move.
Justin
What
Fields
I'm-
got that game
What
breaking
what I'm saying is, when it comes to when people project,
Mhm.
they're going to say that Caleb Williams has a higher ceiling. than
I don't think so.
People will project that.
I think they honestly, both ceilings to me are high.
Mhm.
I
agree
honestly
with
am
you.
sitting here and I'm like, what
Caleb-
are we talking about? Like,
Justin Fields'
What-
ceiling
how
has
much is-
dropped from his
I
draft
don't see how.
just because of the fact that what we've seen recently,
And
they're
Caleb is
going,
different.
they're going to be like, oh, well, maybe it's not as what we thought it
his
was.
ceiling
And,
can't drop.
and to be fair, you know that supposedly his ceiling dropped
No,
when
that's
he
not
wasn't.
possible.
Hold on. When he wasn't
I see
a
what you're
top.
saying.
When he wasn't a top
The
10
ceiling
pick.
can't drop.
When he wasn't.
He just didn't
when he
get to
wasn't
the
a top pick. When he wasn't a top pick.
But his ceiling your ceiling can't drop. Your ceiling is whatever your potential is. Like that's your ceiling.
That's
That's,
what-
that's all of a sudden you said you
No,
lost talent.
that's what people thought he was going to be. They don't
No,
think
no,
about
no,
him
no,
like
no,
that.
no, no, no. That's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is his ceiling is whatever his ceiling is. Now, you can say you don't believe he's going when he was coming out the draft, maybe more people thought he would reach his ceiling, and now you're saying people don't think he'll reach it. But the ceiling is what the ceiling is.
So
Unless
did you-
he's less talented.
So did you think Zach Wilson? What did people say his ceiling was? Do you think
His ceiling, and he's not going to reach it. There's a ceiling. His talent has a ceiling that he is nowhere near, and we don't think he'll ever reach it. But if he did reach that ceiling, he would be a top quarterback in the league because that's what they thought.
So
he
you're saying
would
his
be.
didn't change at all?
Your ceiling doesn't change. It's just
I
do
don't
we
know. about
believe
that.
that you can reach your ceiling?
I don't know.
That's what
If-
changes.
because
Your
there's
ceiling will always be
projected-
your ceiling. If you don't get there, you just didn't reach your ceiling.
Yeah, what is what?
Nah, I don't think so.
When you talk about ceilings, you're literally saying
You're
based
talking about
on this
potential.
Like
guy's
what we think he can
No,
be.
no,
It's about potential.
yes, but you
Yes.
but you do that based off of their talent. That's what you're going off of. This guy's talent is this. I put all that together. This is what I think his ceiling is. Now, unless you tell me all of a sudden he can't, his arm strength just dropped, his speed just fell to the floor, his accuracy is
Well,
gone.
that's what happened with Zach Wilson.
That didn't happen with Zach
I
Wilson.
feel like that does happen with some quarterbacks. Would you say that?
I'm
Would
not
you say?
saying-
like
Would you
did
say
the
that?
talent just disappear?
Would you say?
They're just getting old.
But would you say that?
Well,
Drew
okay.
Brees.
Oh, yeah, when you're old. then-
Wait.
But would you say a guy like Mahomes kind of like just broke the ceiling? Because I mean, there was
Nobody
a certain
thought
level
it
of
was
expectation
good.
I was when I
of him
was
being a first round pick,
he
but it
was-
wasn't like that.
I can't remember who he was a mix of, but coming out of college, they said that he was a mix of Aaron Rodgers and somebody else. I do not remember the other person right now. And to me, I'm like, well, if your comp is Aaron Rodgers and this other blend of a guy to make you, well, you hit that ceiling. You hit that ceiling dead on.
We
bro.
say Aaron Rodgers is the most
So-
talented.
Yeah, that's what you
You're
hit
just,
that
you're
dead on.
just hold on. You're just leaving it as hitting your ceiling by throwing for 50 touchdowns in your first year as a starter. You just hit
Like,
your ceiling.
at this point, he's
Oh, you're saying
better
he went
than
through the ceiling?
he's better than
Yes.
Aaron
No,
Rodgers.
he's better than what we thought he
Exactly.
was going to be, is what you're saying.
Yes.
But that's on what you think. That's not on his ceiling. all that changes.
But that's
is
normal. But that's breaking
the ceiling is what the thought is.
It's above the expectations.
We think he's this. That's what. So people project your ceiling, and whether we think that it can shift, like it can, because people's projections of you aren't what they are anymore.
Well, no, it's different because you're saying that it changes year by year, essentially. Like, okay, we watched you this year.
Not year by year.
What I thought was your ceiling is not your ceiling.
But not year by year, because people thought after Trevor Lawrence's rookie year that he was still going to be a good quarterback. And he ended up proving that, okay, like he can still do that. We still think he can. So even after his disastrous rookie year, people didn't think
change. I don't think it doesn't change based on who you are. Your ceiling is just what people thought you was going to be. Your ceiling could not be high enough sometimes, sure, but I still feel like the ceiling should never go down. No, because your ceiling is what you're describing. Your ceiling as what the best possible outcome could be. I think if you doing year by year, you can drop it based off the year, sure. But like I don't think like your ceiling. That's what your ceiling is.
What hell?
Xavier also says that if you put Caleb Williams on this Bears team or last year's Bears team or the team before that, basically you would still get the same result that the Bears are in right now.
Yes, because the Bears are not. They need to fill out the roster. The roster is not. The roster is not as good as people say.
But what you do, but because they have 2 first-round picks,
trade back.
They can still trade back.
No, trade back.
They can use the number one. They can use the number 1 pick on Caleb and then trade back their top 5.
What would you trade for Justin Fields right now?
Get 3rd or 4th.
No, I'm not taking that.
I'll trade.
You would.
If I'm desperate enough,
I need at least the first.
You're not getting the first. Now you keep sticking with that.
I'm trading Caleb Williams. That's who I'm trading. Because I can get more for trading Caleb Williams than I can get for Justin Fields.
I like the logic.
Nah, man, that's true.
And then I will continue to fill out my roster.
I wouldn't want just a 3rd or 4th for Fields.
You're not getting a first.
I want
you would get a 3rd at best. Maybe even a second.
Tried to show him. He thought he was getting a first for Chase.
Maybe even a second for.
Had to talk him down,
but not because the one thing with Fields.
I'm not wrong about this though. Definitely gonna be first.
Exactly. I give him a first. Yeah. I think if I'm a team, if I'm desperate enough and I need a quarterback, the most I will give is a second. I will go no higher than a second.
Trade back twice. For what? To get more picks. What do you mean?
But then you lose on that potential top tier talent, depending on how far you.
Especially if you got 2 picks in the top.
I got two picks. I will trade my Caleb Williams pick, and then I'll trade that pick again.
You'll trade the.
And I'll keep my pick. I'll just trade back.
You'll trade the number 1 overall.
Yeah, trade the number 1 overall pick and move down, and then wherever I move down to, if somebody else wants to trade up to that, I'll trade back again. While I still have my actual pick in the top 10.
I mean, I think that all depends. I think that all depends
for
on
this year and next year.
Yeah, I think that all depends on if you're not going to keep doing that. If there's a player that you want, you feel like someone else is going to take.
Also, I don't think it's going to be as easy as you think it is. If there are teams in the top 10 if they're mainly teams in the top 10 that want quarterbacks, because there's no need to move if the number 1 is not even going to take them. There's no need to try to jump up and hop over it. We're going to if there's 4 or 5 teams in the top 10 that want a quarterback, they very well all could get a quarterback in this particular draft. So you're going to want to need it. You're going to want a team. You're going to want the top 10 that kind of going to be filled out where
they may trade up to get.
It's a couple teams. It's a couple teams.
Didn't the Saints trade up to Olave?
What about trade? Well, if you trade,
and they were like 10 or 11.
Just a hypothetical.
No, they traded up to.
They traded up to 10 or 11.
Just to get, that's what I'm saying.
Drake was.
So that's probably where the Bears trying to trade.
Just hypothetically, if they went from 1 to 10, all right, and then another team wanted to come up and try and get Marvin.
Marvin would be gone by then.
All right, 8. I'm just trying to put a hot.
Can we think that a team like the Panthers would get Marvin, or a team like
they damn sure don't need to trade? They damn sure. Well, I mean, the Panthers ain't picking anyway. But even if they did, they damn sure don't need to trade down. That's one team that says, "Look, bro, I ain't going nowhere. I don't care what you trying."
Or Georgia's tight end if they want to trade up and go get him at 10.
That's possibility.
You see what I'm saying? Could be done. I'll trade back a little bit.
Look at the draft order.
Tankathon.com.
They don't have that right.
Let me speed up to the next
Speed it up. I'll look up the draft zone.
Thank you.
I'll do that.
Carrying on, Chargers. Staley fired. What?
It ain't Herbert's fault.
But hold on now.
It's not Herbert's fault.
This is the thing that I feel like with the Chargers that's been with a lot of their recent head coaches. Is it seems like they're always in these one-score games.
That's all they lose by.
But that's the trend. So at this point, it's like, is it really just the coaches or just the team in general?
No,
we're not getting it done.
No.
I don't want to put it on just Herbert. I don't want to put it on.
That's rude because you know damn well.
Roundings and
unable
to
you gonna
get the ball with bad passes.
You gonna gloss over the drop pass.
It's like
or what about the missed passes by him?
He gonna hop
clearly. What about him missing clear wide open receivers?
I mean,
he gonna hop over.
Keenan Allen dropped a touchdown.
Sure did.
He did do that.
Quentin Johnson dropped the potential touchdown.
Yep. That's 14 points right there.
Attitude reflects leadership. Herbert.
Attitude reflects.
That's
so, attitude respect.
That's why the Bills are fumbling.
Yeah, that's why Stephon. That's why Stephon Diggs out there.
Josh Allen just don't lead.
It's
raggedy. They needed
it's raggedy attitude.
They needed a new offensive guy to come in to change the attitude.
Man, that team still was struggling to score points.
Here's the thing with the Chargers. When they had Anthony Lynn as a head coach, he lost the most one-score games in one
season. Is all I am.
And Staley might be right.
You know damn well he's a hater.
Staley is doing the exact same
Come out and get shit.
So it's like, at this point, is this just a Chargers?
My problem.
Because there's new head coach, new players.
My problem is the fact that I'll say this.
Same thing with Phillip.
There are some games where I can point and say, you know what, Herbert had an opportunity and
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yesterday is not one of those games.
I'm not talking about the season.
No, the Cowboys game. I'm looking at the Cowboys game like Herbert, you had a chance.
The Dolphins game.
The Dolphins game, Herbert, you had a chance. The Packers.
Beat the Vikings?
No, they beat the Vikings.
He beat the Vikings. Yeah.
The Vikings lost that game though. I don't give that to the Chargers.
Yeah, the Vikings did lose that one. They had an interception.
I don't
remember y'all arguing about
that. Was a statement call.
He had a big touchdown late.
Yeah, because they dropped the interception and it went right into the receiver's hand.
I mean, he got the job done.
That
defense, they drove the field. Didn't they drive the field on that defense? And that defense didn't get stopped until they were inside the 10?
PJ Walker got the job done, but he don't think
do you think they should fire Staley?
Yes, but I want to go back to yesterday. Like, yesterday is not a game I'm going to point at. I gave you 2 games I want to point at and say Herbert should have got the job done. I'm not going to point at yesterday and say that because to me, that defense was going up against a struggling Packers offense that Jordan Love has been buns all season, okay? And then they lost Aaron Jones halfway through the game. Didn't even have a run game to speak of, and that defense still could not make plays late.
Let me ask you this:
to help preserve the game.
Last statement on this: is there a game that you feel like Herbert won for his team?
This year? Let me look.
The Raiders. That's about it.
Let me look.
Was it like a situation where like, hey, we need you to do this? Like that's what like he is the reason they won this game.
Put the team on your back, go get it. So their victories were against the Vikings, Raiders, Bears, and Jets. The Jets game, he didn't have to do much. The Bears game, he had almost 300. They had no rushing game.
Yeah, honestly,
but they went up against Badgers.
Right? Actually,
this season, no.
And
actually, I would say the Vikings game.
But the Vikings, he should have thrown a pick.
But he didn't. He threw for 400 yards with 3 touchdowns.
It should have been a pick.
I don't care if it should have been a pick.
The DB literally dove, had it in both of his hands, hit the ground, it popped up, and the receiver just caught it and ran for a touchdown.
You know how many?
It would have been game over if we
would have
picked it off.
You know how many dropped interceptions we
see
all the time?
Not for a touchdown.
Not
for a touchdown.
I don't care.
All right,
it wasn't picked.
Here was my thing.
It wasn't picked.
My thing was he's not living up to his contract.
Okay, that's one thing. That's one statement.
That's honestly where my judgment is with Herbert is I was surprised that I shouldn't say I was surprised. I didn't feel like he deserved that contract to begin with. And now that he has this contract, and you have only been in one playoff game and you blew the lead, you didn't really show me any reason why you should be getting paid like one of the highest quarterbacks in the league. Because
the offense is him. Like without him throwing the ball, because they can't run it, and they haven't been able to run it for years. They haven't had a 1,000-yard back for years.
I'm sorry, they were questioning
the Chargers.
Yes,
Herbert. Austin Eckler was for
no.
Herbert gets.
Did he not?
Herbert gets so much leeway in the NFL, it's ridiculous.
No, I'm not. I'm saying he deserves a contract because the Chargers don't have anybody else.
If this was Lamar, he'd be getting killed. Can you win a game, Lamar? Can you win? Like, that's all we heard until you won a game. And I was like, but nobody says anything like that about Herbert.
Lamar gets more hate for being 8-3 right now. 8-3. Than Justin Herbert do right now.
But that just shows, to me, that shows where the difference in quarterback is. We all think Lamar is top 5. I don't think Justin Fields. I mean, not Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert is in that category.
What I believe is ignored is the fact that they're a team that has the highest payroll in the league, and it's not just the quarterback. But you're pointing the finger at the quarterback only. You have 2 edge rushers that are not playing up to their contracts.
Mm-hmm.
You got to.
So since the only person that is Eckler and Allen.
It's Eckler and Allen. Derwin James is not necessarily playing up to his contract. He's often injured, so he ain't the only one on the team that's not playing up to their money.
But he is a quarterback, so he's gonna get like
he has the most.
When we talk about good teams, it's gonna be the quarterback.
Two more for you guys. Let's just talk about his Broncos. Are they frauds or are they not?
They're not frauds.
They're frauds.
I'm not scared of them.
Bro, they're gonna be 8-9 team in the season. And it's better than
8-9, and you said they get in the playoffs? Did you say
that? He said
I said they could.
I said the Browns. You didn't want
I just want to make sure you ain't got them going to the playoffs.
I said
they're 8-9, but they're going to. I said that they're going to be a team that has momentum heading into next season because of what they finished compared to where they started. Mm-hmm. And I think that's going to help.
Sean Payton was slowly molding them like I told you.
Just for the record.
You had to go to the playoffs, so obviously you didn't.
But remember, I kept telling you, I said, Sean Payton, he molding this thing. Molding this thing.
My thing is, we always,
but he just took too long to mold.
No. Credit to Vance Joseph and this defense, because this defense was terrible, and he got it back on.
70 points.
Hold on. We can't.
It doesn't give much.
We also have to give Sean Payton credit for that too.
Sean Payton don't coach defense.
Again.
Hold on. The reason why is because all I heard when he dropped 70 is so Sean Payton's just a problem. No matter where Sean Payton goes, they can't play defense. So I'm like, hold on. You can't come and slander Sean Payton when the defense is playing bad and then they're playing good and just ignore Sean Payton.
I'll give you credit for delegating.
The reason why I'm going to combat that is because even in their 4-game win streak, how many games are you going to point out and say the offense won it for them?
Oh no,
You're not going to say that against the Chiefs.
No,
You're not going to say that against the.
I just thought that he was. I just feel like.
So how much credit are you going to give him?
If you're going to blame him for the defense,
how much credit are you going to give him?
No, but he's a head coach, so you have to.
Okay, so if you're going to blame him for the defensive when the defense was playing poorly, I feel like you should give him some love.
Okay, you know what?
That's all I'm saying.
No. I'm gonna give him some love because he got in Vance Joseph's ass to get this defense straight. Pause. Can I just finish the sentence? Can I finish the sentence?
No, I can't let you finish the sentence.
Can I finish the sentence?
I can't. No, I have to.
But anyways, yes, he got into Vance Joseph, and he was just like, "Hey, like I need you to get this defense right," and he got it right. So credit to Sean Payton for doing his job as a head coach.
I'll give him a little credit,
going above and beyond into his job.
But to me, I think that defense is more of the story than the offense.
It is.
It looks like the wide receivers are starting to
just quarter something.
Just Sutton.
It's just Sutton.
Hey, before it was nobody. Before it was nobody. Before it was get rid of all the wide receivers.
Somebody had to get
and again, I want y'all to look at the numbers. The offense ain't putting up that meant like this.
But
This offense is still struggling to score. They only, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, they only had one offensive touchdown in each of the last 2 games.
No. But I will say the one thing I do like about the Broncos is they're efficient and they don't turn the ball over. I think that we can say like the offense gets
efficient.
That's the question. Efficient is just not turning the ball over. That's
no. Because efficient is they're still getting the ball down the field.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are. They're getting field goals.
Turnovers are happening that are putting them in the plus territory
But
already. They're not driving from the 20 down.
Right.
Language matters.
Right.
They're not doing
It
that.
makes it seem like their offense putting them in a position to succeed.
Look,
They getting
their
ball.
offense was jump started when Josh Dobbs got hit through that pick and they got the ball inside the 10-yard line. That was when their offense got jump started.
Do you know how many times they were in plus territory
They had
against the
12
Bills
points on
and they
4 field
only
goals.
were able to put up 1 touchdown off of that? They don't drive.
Okay.
So in their 4-game winning streak, here's their offensive output: 339 in total yards, 339, 240, 300, and 295. Total offensive yards. They're not. That's not a lot of offense.
All right, cool. They don't turn the ball over. They protect the ball, and when they need to, Russell Wilson.
They got Josh Dobbs at quarterback.
In that 4-game win streak, they only have 2 turnovers.
All right. So,
but no, I like the way Russell. And when we talked about it, about him playing like a top 10 quarterback,
that's a stretch.
I don't think. I think he's playing that way in terms of touchdown to interception ratio. But in terms of yards,
what yards?
I said no. Can you let me finish? In terms of yards, no. But in terms of touchdowns,
no.
Yeah.
No.
He's top 3 in the league in touchdowns.
It's where are you getting this ball to score touchdowns?
Is he still scoring a touchdown?
Level of difficulty matters.
How many times did Josh Allen was in range to score a touchdown and they got field goals to start last week's game?
You talking about one of the best defenses in the league? I'm sorry. But guess what? They put up 32 points. Nobody this year has put up 32 points on that defense. So if you're going to say one thing, say the other.
The offense sucks.
Say the other.
The offense sucks.
Okay.
Y'all was in plus territory.
You see that?
Yeah. They
At the same time, against the Chiefs,
They sure were.
All, if not 2 of the 3 came because of defensive plays that put them. They didn't drive down the field against the Chiefs neither. They were set up. Patrick Mahomes fumbled, I think, one of them.
All right.
13 turnovers in the last 4 games by that defense.
Hey, they've been putting that
13.
And I don't feel like that is sustainable. That will fall off, and so will they.
8 and 9.
The Broncos, where they at?
All right.
They're 5 and 5.
Let's get into.
They have 19 passing touchdowns.
Get into Monday night.
Monday night.
Yeah. Yes.
Let's get into this Monday night.
Got a rematch.
Look,
rematch.
I don't care who wins this game. Neither one of these teams is the best team in the NFL.
But he's just gonna stand.
Boy, you just
I'm sticking with who I said last week and the week before.
The Ravens.
The Ravens. I'm not gonna forget about the
Even
Ravens.
don't care about that.
The Ravens
to me
lost.
are the
They have
best team
3
in the
losses.
I just want a good
They
game.
have 3 losses.
I just want a good
Okay,
game.
it's still the best team in the NFL.
I just
They
want a
just
good
got
game.
3 losses.
I think if there's any team that could show they're the best team in the NFL, it's the Eagles.
Absolutely. I think
The Eagles win this game.
This
They're
is
the best
definitely-
team. If the Chiefs win this game,
I think the Eagles face the Ravens, they lose.
I don't know about that.
I do feel like
My pick'ems, I would be picking the Ravens to beat the Eagles.
I don't know.
The Ravens to beat the Eagles. I think you might have a chance to do that, though. I think they play each other.
To me,
so we'll see.
key factor tonight, Eagles defensive line versus the Chiefs offensive line. If the Eagles want to win this game, that defensive line has got to raise hell. They've got to. They've had to consistently put pressure on Mahomes and make him very uncomfortable for all 4 quarters. They cannot let up.
I lied. They don't play. They don't play.
That defensive line has to be the trendsetter, the tone setter tonight for sure.
Honestly, I could see this being. I think it'll be like a 24-20 game, but I'd put the Eagles. Eagles would be my pick, only because I think that the Chiefs, the way the Chiefs' offense has looked, just not sold.
The Chiefs aren't coming off a bye, correct? They already came off their bye.
I'm not sure.
No, they are coming off of a bye.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
Yeah, they did.
They are
Yeah,
coming
because
off
Mahomes.
of a bye.
They
I had to
played
bench
the
Mahomes.
Dolphins. Yeah, they played the Dolphins before.
I had to bench Mahomes.
Okay, so shoot. And as people, if people don't know,
And the Chiefs
are
Andy
pretty
Reid.
damn good at
Andy
home.
Reid is pretty damn good after a bye.
After a
After a
bye,
bye,
and
yeah.
he's never lost to the Eagles after leaving.
Matter of fact, you know what? I think I'm gonna change my pick.
Nope. Hey, look, first time for everything. Eagles winning.
I am also going to take the Eagles in this game, and I'm actually in the same mindset here. I think it's going to be a little bit more of a defensive back and forth with some breakthroughs sprinkled in. So I'm going to go 23-17. Eagles.
I mean, bro, you're already going to lose regardless. It really don't matter.
I think I chose the Eagles. I don't know.
Shut up.
I'm just saying. You might as well just do that.
23-17? 23-17. That's where I'm going.
All right, 23-17.
I got the last few nuggets of information y'all dropped about Andy Reid bye weeks. Made me think about it a little bit.
Yeah, man.
Patrick Mahomes, it's so hard to pick against Patrick Mahomes.
No,
it
it's
really
not.
is. It really is.
It's fine.
No, it is actually coming.
Press the button.
I picked the Eagles in the pick'ems. I feel like if the Eagles stay locked into running the football, I think that they'll be able to control the game.
We all picked. Just about everybody picked the Eagles. So 3.
Oh wow! Look at us.
I can't even change.
I feel like it's gonna be a higher scoring game. I feel like it'll be
No, I just want to look to see what
31-27.
What you say?
31-27.
You got a higher scoring game.
Eagles.
All right. I'm going with the Eagles. I think the Eagles can definitely my bad. I think the Eagles can definitely be able to make a few plays in this game, especially defensively. I have struggled to trust the Chiefs offense this year, minus Travis Kelce. I'm not sure if I still want to trust this receiving core for the Chiefs right now. And then they still don't want to run the football when they need to for some odd reason. They have a capable back to do so. They just don't want to run the football when they want to or when they need to or whatever. But I think tonight, the Eagles get after Mahomes, create a couple turnovers. I'll say Eagles 31-23.
Cool. Okay, high scoring game.
It's like a regular scoring game.
All right.
Well, for them.
That is going to do it for us.
High scoring.
Yeah, that's going to do it for us on Outspoken. Thank you all for watching. As usual, please like, subscribe, share, leave comments.
Do everything.
We are
Smack it down.
not going to be doing a Thursday show.
Thanksgiving Thursday.
Family
So,
time.
yes, please enjoy your Thanksgiving. We'll be back with you guys next Monday
Yes,
for
sir.
Eat all
Monday
food.
Night Countdown.
Yes, sir.
I honestly don't know who's playing, so I can't even preview it for you right now. But please be with us, roll with us.
On Monday night?
Yeah, I don't know who's playing.
Isn't it Bears and somebody?
Nah, because Bears play on.
Those
They play on Thanksgiving.
Bears and Vikings.
It is definitely Bears and Vikings.
Bears and Vikings. All right, well,
Come on, I'm talking about, man.
You beat Google.
this whole argument that we've had over Justin Fields, I guess that will continue next Monday as we look ahead to that game. But thank you guys as usual.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for the comments.
Yes,
Thanks
sir.
for participating.
Yes,
Until
sir.
next time, I'm Cordell.
Marcus.
Rob.
Deuce.
All right. Y'all be breezy. Take it easy.
What?